So a new trailer recently came out for the Wonder Woman movie, and it was kind of underwhelming. Not because I think Wonder Woman's going to be a bad movie, but because the trailer was as generic and cookie-cutter as you can possibly get. You probably could have swapped in footage from any number of other superhero movies and wouldn't have noticed the difference. And that's because studios and editing companies have found a formula to create their trailers. And by God, did this Wonder Woman trailer stick to that. First, we open with a character introduction. Because you see, audiences are really dumb and need exposition even in a 2-minute long trailer. So here's Wonder Woman, here's her mom, here's her training to be a super badass warrior. Because almost 100 years of history and the last movie clearly weren't enough to set up that she was a badass. Oh, and just in case that trailer footage and the history of the character still aren't enough for you to believe she's a badass, here's a character literally telling you she is.
Until she is better than even you.
Do you get it now, you big dum-dum? Anyway, after the first expository part of the trailer, we move on to part 2. The plot. This is the part in every generic trailer where they try and cram as much information about the story in as short a time as possible. Oh, a plane crash. And Chris Pine. And ooh, now he's shirtless. Alright, here's charging on a beach. Okay, now we're in like a bar? Okay, yeah, let's gear up and save the world. I was really worried Wonder Woman wouldn't do that.
Welcome to jolly old London.
It's hideous.
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
Oh man, she blocked a bullet. Oh, trenches, shields, explosion, motorcycle in the woods, sword fight, lasso on a trench, lasso in a town, lassos everywhere. Whew. So now that we've shown you unconnected, disparate parts of the movie, it's time to move on to part 3 of generic trailer making. I call this phase loud noises. This is all about cutting together all the movie's action into one incoherent jumble, all while playing epic music. This music can be orchestral, it can be rock, it can even be a bad techno remix or slow cover of a classic song. The music's not important, you poopy face. What's important is that it's loud. And oh, look at that! Explosions, guns, fighting, what? No, stop, it's moving too fast! What's even happening? This is nonsense! Yeah, so it turns out when your average clip length is about half a second long, you're not providing any meaningful context for the audience who's watching. But audiences are just dumb children, right? They all hear loud noises and they clap. But now comes my favorite part. The loud noises have stopped, the movie's logo has appeared, and you, being a dumb viewer as we established earlier, are totally unprepared for what's coming next.
Yep, that's not gonna work. Please put the sword down.
It doesn't go with the outfit.
At all.
I don't think I've ever seen anything more hilarious in my life. Ah, the trailer ending joke. They added in so that you remember that even though things got a little scary there, everything's gonna be alright. And like I said, this is a generic trailer formula. It's not limited to Wonder Woman. Here's Captain America doing the exact same thing. Ah, he's a dweeby guy. Says he got beat up in that oh, okay, now you're showing him get beat up in the alley. I guess I didn't understand when he said that 3 seconds ago.
Our goal is to create a new breed of super soldiers.
When you brought a 90-pound asthmatic onto my army base.
Okay, he's skinny. We get it.
You win wars with guts.
Grenade! Everybody down!
Is this a test? He's still skinny.
Pecs. Natalie Dormer. I can't wait to see the big role she plays in this movie. Yeah! Loud rock music! Action! Whoa!
You're late.
Nobody's perfect.
I don't think I've ever seen anything more hilarious in my life. And you know, The Dark Knight, one of the most highly rated comic book movies of all time, its first trailer was as generic as those last two.
It's simple. Kill the Batman.
Oh wow, so I guess the Joker's whole plot is just to kill the Batman. This is gonna be a really simple movie with few subplots and no twists.
Bruce, this is Harvey Dent. Rachel's told me everything about you.
I certainly hope not. You once told me that we'd be together. Did you mean it?
Bruce, don't make me your only hope for a normal life.
You're Alfred, right?
That's right, sir.
Any psychotic ex-boyfriends I should be aware of?
Oh, you have no idea.
Who knew Batman romances could be so important? They're literally 20% of the trailer.
This city deserves a better class of criminal.
I'm gonna give it to him. No! You'll see. I'll show you.
Yeah! Loud music! Explosions! Woo! Danger zone! Now, a joke maybe doesn't suit the movie's super dark tone, but let's throw it in at the end anyway.
Will you be wanting the back pot, sir?
In the middle of the day, Alfred? Not very subtle.
The Lamborghini, then.
Much more subtle.
I don't think I've ever seen anything more hilarious in my life. So why is it that these all follow the same formula? Why do companies keep putting out generic trailers? Well, the reason is that when they're making them, they plan them as ads first and stories second. And a big thing with advertising, especially for blockbuster movies with huge budgets, is you're hired to make the movie look appealing to everyone. Literally everyone. And that's why they spend so much time on obvious exposition. We know all about Wonder Woman and her history, but old Nana Astrid might not, and she's easily confused. Oh, and let's add some romance clips and shirtless scenes so girls in the theater know that this movie is also for them. Because women will only be interested if there are rock-hard abs and smoochy kissy faces. But uh-oh, now we've lost the boys, so let's mix in some epic action and cool-looking bad guys. Okay, we've hooked literally everyone, so now let's dazzle them with loud noises! And just in case there's any holdouts in the audience, let's throw in a joke at the end, just so they know it's a comedy too.
What happens now? You go look for trouble.
And that formula works without fail. That's why when Green Lantern stuck to it, it was the most successful superhero movie of all time. By trying to include parts of the movie from all over the shop just to appeal to a broader audience, you create something totally forgettable and generic. On the other hand, you get trailers that get their focus right. These trailers focus on telling one story, and everything in their short running time is in service of that. Where the first Dark Knight trailer was generic and unfocused, the second one chose to shine a spotlight on the Joker.
See, to them, you're just a freak. Like me.
It shows how his plans will affect Batman and Gotham City as well.
It's all part of the plan.
And there's no shitty joke at the end. Instead, you get something much more powerful.
Come on, hit me! Let's put a smile on that face.
By shifting perspective into a much narrower story, something that can easily fit into a couple-minute trailer, the end product is infinitely improved. And that's why that second Dark Knight trailer is one of the most memorable of all time. And the thing is, if you use this approach, the movie itself doesn't even have to be great for you to make a great trailer. Iron Man 3 got a pretty mixed reception, but its teaser trailer clearly had one concise theme in mind. It focused on telling the story of how Tony Stark's world is crashing down around him. He's got PTSD, his suits are turning against him and exploding, and the Mandarin blows up his house. And instead of another shitty joke after the credits, we get a quiet scene of Tony pulling his destroyed suit through the snow. By zeroing in on the story it wants to tell, the trailer creates a super engaging, awesome hook for the movie. And even though that may not have paid off in the end product, the trailer is still amazing. Focusing on telling a standalone story also allowed these trailers to slow things down a little bit at key pivotal points. Instead of quick schizophrenic cuts to totally disconnected scenes, they often hold their focus on one or two major moments from the movie. And this allows those moments to make a much bigger impact. And there's a lot of examples of this. All the best trailers tell their own story instead of trying to regurgitate the whole movie in a 2-minute time span. The Guardians of the Galaxy trailer focused on introducing its quirky team. The Age of Ultron teaser focused on how Ultron would ultimately destroy the Avengers. And Rogue One's teaser focused on Jyn Erso and what being a rebel might cost her. Some of these movies weren't great, but we remember their trailers because they tell engaging, unique stories that stand alone. And that's because they're not just highlight reels. They're pieces of art in and of themselves. Hopefully, DC can do better for the Justice League. Oh man, that Green Lantern trailer brought back some fond memories.
Sorry, I gotta run. Make yourself at home, okay? There's, water in the tap.
Who could forget a classic line like that? 17-year-old me definitely didn't think it was super cool. And he definitely didn't try to start using it in real life. Definitely.